Excellent guest indeed. I've got Martin Tyler alongside me. The England players have gone home from the World Cup, but still we're reflecting on that defeat for England and the disappointment and the future of Gareth Southgate. He's considering his future as England manager. Let's get the views of Martin. A lot of talk about Gareth, what he'll do next. What's the case, Martin, for him staying on as England boss?
Well, it's a very strong case. He's done extremely well. I mean, I've seen England go out of a lot of World Cups, but rarely go out with this sense of well-being and that the future's very bright. And of course, that all stems from Gareth Southgate and the way he's taken on not just the job of developing the squad, but the whole business of the FA and turning it into a place where the young players want to actually go and come through the pathway, and they can see the route into quite a quick route into the national team. So 100% argument for him staying, but obviously it's a personal choice, and I can understand why, being a manager, you know, for like 25 days a year or whatever, of course he's doing a lot of work behind the scenes, but working with the players is that's what stimulates managers and coaches, creating teams and having them on the training ground day after day after day, making sure that development goes in a more regular basis, if you like. So I can see the temptation. I can imagine he will have no regrets of what's happened out here. Obviously, the moment of the penalty will be a regret for everybody, and our sympathies with Harry, who'll take many more penalties and score a lot more goals for England.
Do you think top Premier League European clubs will be interested in Gareth Southgate, the very elite, the Champions League clubs?
Well, they should be, but only he knows that, and that, I would say, that's the only reason for leaving England, to go to somewhere where they always say, is it the right offer at the right time? If he gets that in club football, then, you know, then he's earned the right to have a crack at it. It won't taint his legacy with England. He can leave England with his head held high, totally high. He'll be proud of what he's done. You know, the results speak for themselves, and it's really weird as an Englishman to go, well, actually, England have done great in this World Cup. We've got a really good team, and yeah, we didn't win it, but football is, I mean, trophies, it's always held against managers, oh, we never won a trophy, but it's so hard to win. There's so few trophies to win. What you need to do is improve, and he's constantly improved, and although England didn't get as far in this World Cup as they did 4 years ago or in the European Championship, they're still improving, and players are developing, and that's a really healthy sign. But no one's irreplaceable. Let's be clear about that. And I'm sure if Gareth does go into club football, then the FA are probably not expecting a change, but they'll react. And
in terms of the tournament now, could Morocco go all the way to the final?
Well, they've got to win one game to get there, so it's possible. I think they're patching up some of their injured defenders, which would be good news for them, although Romain Saïss, well remembered at Molineux, it looked like there's not enough sticky tape in the whole of the Middle East to hold them together. So I don't know that he'll make it. Yeah, I mean, they are. What I love about them is they defend with old-fashioned values, aggression, athleticism, but then they counter-attack. And even when they were down to 10 men and hanging on at 1-0, they got in at goal, and they weren't running for the corner. They tried to chip the goalkeeper, and they could have won 2-0. But it's a great story here, isn't it? In the Arabic countries, everybody's back in Morocco. It was hard to get back to our hotel after the game. The people on roofs of cars banging the drum, and I'm sure they're not all Moroccans, but they're from this part of the world. But their support is fantastic. But they've got. We'd be sitting here saying if England were playing them, that they probably can't go one step further, but I think they possibly can. It's been a World Cup of fantastic surprises, great narratives for us all to work with. I don't think France are quite as good as 2018, but they have got Mbappe. And the other one, you've got the iron will of Argentina, as we saw in the semi-final, refusing to accept any refereeing decisions, let alone losing a game. And Croatia, they feel the same. We all feel we're proud for our countries, but I think that's mega pride in Argentina and Croatia. So that'll be a battle of will as well as skill, and either Modric or Messi will get to the final.